Rárá mi gbàgbé because ẹni tó ń di kankan ó láwọn ò lè ṣe nígbà wọn ti wà wà òun ló tẹ̀lé bọ́ ìdí ìjà sàn ó dẹ̀ ti gbowó tiẹ̀ tó pé àwọn
But that is not the newest. The newest is this one.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're joining us from. Once again, I take this opportunity to give all of us a warm welcome to our inception meeting or the virtual orientation meeting. Today, we are truly excited to have all of us get to join us today. And yes, we said that we will start at 15 minutes past 3 or past the hour that we had given. And yes, we will go ahead to start. First of all, my name is Beryl Odhiambo. I'm from Kenya and working with TB Women. As we start, we would like to know each other, and we will do this in the format of you will tell us your name, the country where you're joining us from, and this is a leadership academy from the email that all of us got, the TB Women Leadership Academy, and you will just tell us as a person, what does leadership mean to you? For instance, you can say, my name is Beryl from Kenya, and for me, leadership means this. So you'll tell us what leadership means to you as an individual. Yes, we will also be on the lookout for our technical hands or our tech hands. Please mute when you're speaking. Please mute when you're not speaking, and whenever you can raise your hand when you want to raise to talk, and also remember the chat features. Yeah, so once again, I take this opportunity to welcome us all, and we will proceed with Natasha Mvula. Natasha, please go ahead and introduce yourself. If you're able to open your video, we'll be really grateful. If not possible, you can just put on your audio and we get to know you. Welcome, Natasha. It looks like we've lost Natasha. I'll go to Olivia.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Voice of Adegoke Temitope from Oyo State, Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Temitope. We will move to Olivia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Olivia Twine from Uganda. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. What does leadership mean to you? Yeah, we're introducing in that format.
Leadership, to me, it is the ability to guide or to lead, to guide people towards an intended goal, and also to be able to bring out the best in them.
Thank you so much, Olivia, and you're welcome. I'll move over to Sihulile.
Good day, everyone. My name is Sikulile Sachuago. I'm from the Kingdom of Eswatini. I'm so excited to be on board. So for me, leadership means using your influence to impact change wherever that you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sihulile, and welcome to TB Women. I have Nicole.
Hi everyone.
Hi,
Uh,
Nicole.
I'm Anne Nicole from Kenya. What leadership means to me is to inspire others to move towards a common goal. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicole. I have Odhiambo Josephine.
Thank you. I'm Josephine Indra from Kenya. And to me, leadership is all about serving people and my influence on them unlocking their potential. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Josephine, and feel most welcomed. Yeah, I'll proceed to Christine.
9426.
Christine Yahama.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Belvin. My name is Christine Yahama from Kenya. I work at the subnational level, that is Kakamega. Leadership is the ability to guide, inspire, and influence people towards achieving a common goal or vision. Over to you, Barry. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christine, and feel most welcomed. Yeah, I'll proceed to Cynthia. Cynthia Mikubo, please go ahead.
Good day, everyone. I'm Cynthia Mekobo from Kenya. Leadership to me means being in charge and overseeing towards a common goal. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. Yeah, and we have next, we have Brenda Fassi.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, my name is Azizuyo Brenda Fassi. I'm from Uganda and I work with ICWEA. To me, leadership is more than leading. It's about serving, depending on the focus group of people. It's about empowering. It's about guiding. It's about leading and making sure that the objective of what you're aiming at is achieved. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brenda, and you're welcome. Yeah, I'll move over to Lydia. Lydia, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lydia from Kenya, and leadership is helping people to move in the right direction and bringing out the best in them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lydia. I'll go to Tarimo.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Sorry. I'm joining from a place with a bit of a bad environment, but I hope you will understand and hear me here. My name is Anna Elijon, and from Tanzania. I work as a mobilizer and advocate with young people in the fight against TB. To me, leadership means using your voice and actions to inspire change, empower others, and create space where everyone, especially women, youth, and everybody can be a part of the solution. I am so excited to learn and share with leadership experiences with you all in this academy. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Wow, thank you so much, Inael. Quite interesting. Yeah, and you're welcome. I'll move over to Rosemary. Rosemary, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Beryl. Hello, everyone. I'm Rosemary Atieno from Kenya. To me, leadership means to direct and motivate individuals all people to achieve specific goal. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rosemary. I see Natasha is back. Natasha, are you able to unmute and introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, Barry. I hope you can hear me. Good afternoon,
Yes.
everyone. Okay, my name is Natasha Mvula. I'm coming from Zambia. And leadership to me, I think, means service above everything else. Because since I came into the NGO sector, it's been more about responsibility and more about service. So I think I will speak of leadership in those terms. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Natasha, and feel most welcomed. Yes, and I have also one of my colleagues who I'll give her a chance to introduce herself before I pass it over to the coordinator for TB Women Global. Charlotte, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Beryl. Greetings, everyone. My name is Charlotte Loye. I'm from Kenya. I work with TB Women, and I'm so glad to be here. I was also an alumni of the 2024 cohort. So I'm really excited to be here and to see how this journey will be for each and every one of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charlotte. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for sharing, for introducing and also sharing about what you mean with the leadership, with what leadership means to you. So I'll pass it over to our very able coordinator for TB Women Global, so that we can get to hear her and take us through to the next session. Feel welcomed, Maureen, over to you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to 2025 TB Women Academy. This is the inaugural session, or the first session, which is very critical in our journey together. As you are introducing yourselves, I saw a lot of speaking involves people, involves yourself, and it involves a journey. It involves a vision. You're headed somewhere with these people. So some of you talked about inspiring, some of you talked about encouraging, some of you talked about leading, So we are working towards going somewhere, and we are going there with people, and yourself has a role to play in this journey. So that is why TB Women Academy exists. And today, being our first meeting, we will talk about what the journey entails, what you're getting yourself into. We have the first cohort we had ever was the 2024 cohort, and they are almost going to their liftoff. And when they finish the course, you remain a member of the TB Women Academy. We call it, what is it? We call it the alumni, yes. We call it the alumni. So you remain a part of TB Women alumni. We still will engage with alumni because we have to have sessions with alumni, processes. We share opportunities. We share, it is a nice place to be. We share knowledge, we share opportunities with the alumni of TB Women Academy. So one thing I promise you, that the knowledge you get here, people pay a lot of money for it. So please don't miss any session of the TB Women Touch Points. And then every time you needed to do something, do all the assignments and, and all the work that comes with the 1-year leadership journey. We don't call it journey as such, we call it an experience, because it's a whole lot of you giving out and others also, and taking from others. So there's a lot of learning and sharing in this process. So In our leadership experience, what we are doing is promoting gender transformative TB response. And we understand the importance of gender in TB response. So we will walk you through what the journey entails. And I will go through the whole presentation, and then you can ask questions when I finish the presentations. So I hope you're all seeing my slide. Beryl?
Yes, we are, Maureen.
Okay, thank you. So we are thrilled to welcome such a passionate and talented and diverse group of leaders to the Lifelong TB Women Academy family. I told you it is lifelong. Once you finish the touch points, you still remain an alumni. We look forward to learning from you and lifting you as we embark on this leadership experience together. We are a few weeks from our meeting in person for the first in-person orientation. So we will do virtual meetings, but there'll be an in-person that we will have within the year. And we are so excited to meet you and for you to meet each other when we meet. However, before then, we will begin the experience virtually. We will gather everyone together for the first time in Mombasa, Kenya, where we will all be introduced to the platform. There's a platform that we'll be using as a member of the TB Women Academy. So that will be done in person. In the meantime, before we all travel to Mombasa, you can get a digital sneak peek of your fellow cohort peers on the 2025 TB Women Academy directory page on our website, which will go live on 10th September 2024, the day of our public announcement. So Beryl will make that happen. Beryl and Charlotte will make that happen. You will send little nice photos of yourselves that you want the world to see, and we will use those photos and a little bio of yourself to introduce you to the world as a cohort of the 2025 TB Women Academy. So what is TB Women? Who is TB Women? Why TB Women? So TB Women is now about, I think, 4 years old. Yeah. It started as a conversation between me and my friend called Tokozile. For those who will come to Mombasa, you'll meet Toko. So we sat with Toko somewhere and we were like, we are not feeling our energy in the TB response. In HIV, women have done amazing things. If you look at organizations such as ICW, you look at some of the key populations organizations led by women, they've done amazing things, but we are missing that beat in the TB response. So we started TB Women as an organization. And TB Women has webinars that we do monthly. We call them TBT moments, where we meet due to financial constraint. We meet virtually with our members. And then we have the academy, which is very deliberate on building leadership. A lot of investments needs to be done if we have to create a strong movement of women who want or who are purposed to end TB in our lifetime. So this place is comprised mostly of TB survivors and TB advocates dedicated to addressing gender inequality in the TB response. We equip women in all our diversity to respond to TB through education and advocacy. We champion the development and implementation of TB policies that recognize and address the unique challenges faced by women. We equip women with knowledge, skills, and resources, like what we are doing now, to become leaders in the fight against TB, fostering a supportive community of survivors who advocate for their own rights and those of others. We increase awareness about the gender dimensions of TB through targeted education and outreach programs, ensuring communities understand the specific needs and vulnerabilities of women affected by TB. We work towards ensuring all women have access to comprehensive TB prevention, diagnosis, and treatment services, regardless of their socioeconomic status. And finally, we encourage and support research focused on the intersection of gender and TB, promoting innovative solutions that address the unique needs of women in TB prevention and care. And what we've done on point 5 is that we are working with others to support to promote research for pregnant and breastfeeding women who have TB. Because most of the time, when you have TB, you take very strong medication, and we don't know if that medication is concentrated in breast milk, and how that affects the baby. So we really need to understand what happens with our bodies during pregnancy and breastfeeding. Next, we will do maybe during menopause and taking TB medication. So in this journey, or in this experience, we will have what we call the leadership style assessment. We will do an assessment of you. We know you're leading either a support group or you're leading, you're leading somewhere. So what we want to do is to understand what are your leadership styles. Where is your strength in leadership, and where do we need to improve? And then that will inform how we coach you and how we mentor you to be having the different leadership styles that will enable you succeed in this very patriotic world. So in the leadership style assessment, we will have the About Me form, and this is a multi-rater 360-degree assessment that gathers information from you and others so that you can better understand your leadership profile and how you work and lead. So we will ask you the same questions that we will ask the people you will select, about 8 to 10 people you will select. And then we can see how you work and lead. And then there'll be the Workplace Big Five, and this is an assessment that reveals your 5 personality super traits and 23 sub-traits that simply and clearly explain work-related behavior found in your day-to-day encounters. And then we'll also do the life indicator and individuals. Me, when I did the work-life indicator, I failed terribly because I think I was overdoing it. I was overworking. I didn't have time for family. And if I did, I would still have my laptop on my laps. So, and then I would say yes to everything. And one of my sons knew that if they want to ask me for anything, they ask me at between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. because my mind would be tired and I'll still be on my laptop, and I will say yes without thinking. So that is another assessment we will do. And then finally, we will do the influence style indicator. And this is an assessment designed to measure an individual's preferred style in influencing others. How do you influence others? Leadership is about influence. You lead so that you can influence something. So how is your influence style, so that we can see where you are and the areas that you need for improvement. They say learning never stops, and we learn every day. And then we will go to there are elements of this leadership journey. We have elements that we will follow. We will have virtual learning sessions. These are very, very important. They are very empowering, and we encourage all of you, unless something is really, 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 really burning to miss. And then we can ask Charlotte to share with you or when you go to the website, you'll find the recording and then you can listen to it. The recording isn't public. All of you will have their page in our website. So when you click into your page, you'll find the recordings of the sessions that you missed. So the virtual learnings will be facilitated. It will be a highly learning and sharing workshop style session as we explore leadership frameworks and personal and professional growth. And then we will have virtual mentorship, where groups will be comprised of several cohort members and one mentor. So cohorts are grouped based on complementary backgrounds. So we will look at your backgrounds when you send your bio. Then that will help us group you. And then you'll rely on your mentor as a technical and career resource during the journey. Then there'll be virtual coaching as well, where you'll be paired with an executive coach who will work one-on-one with you to build your strengths and areas of growth. Leadership style assessment will include an evaluation which will inform the conversations between you and your coach. Then we have the e-course on gender in TB. This is an opportunity to learn at your self-paced. It is a self-paced course on gender in TB that is designed to provide a comprehensive understanding of the intersection between gender and TB. So this course, it delves on how gender dynamics influence TB risk, diagnosis, treatment outcomes with engaging modules and interactive content on and one learns at their own pace. So Beryl will share with you a link to the e-learning platform where you will take the course. At the end of the course, a certificate will generate and we will know that you have completed. And then we have the leadership project. And then this one, you will design a project that we will give you the parameters of designing the project, but we are hoping that we will all focus on efforts that contribute to gender transformative TB response. And we'll also look at your passion and creativity. I know some of us are Her Voice Fund ambassador, gender equality ambassadors, you work in the HIV field, but expanding your knowledge into TB is very critical because right now everything is being integrated. And having a knowledge in both would really be good. So because you're working towards HIV field and you have that area, us giving you this new knowledge on TB will be very this will happen at the end of the course where you will lift off, not to go away completely, but to join the alumni of TB Women Academy. So we said there in the previous slide that there'll be the leadership project idea, the leadership project. So this is what will happen. You'll first have your mentoring session, and then leading up to the second one, you'll continue to establish and refine your leadership project idea and description. So be prepared to share this with your mentor and peers at this session. So we will have a session where you'll share with us your leadership idea and why you came up with that leadership idea. Then we will begin by you developing a title and a description of your project. And forget about that date, and you send us your title and description. And then we will keep making tweaks on your project until we feel that it is strong enough and it qualifies. And then we will put it in a spreadsheet where you can see your own project and other people's project. So the idea and the description of the project will be shared with you in a more detailed way as we move on. So when you prep for your first coaching touch point, before your first coaching touch point takes place, in addition to completing all the assessments, the coaching begins after you've done your assessments. So we encourage you to identify a behavioral goal and competency goal to share with your coach. Once you read your assessment, you'll be assessed and then the result will be shared with you. So you look at the result that has been given you. There'll be recommendation about what you need to improve. So you first look at the behavioral part. That will include what you'll change. You'll change how you act. People tell you that your actions are undermining your effectiveness as a leader. Some of the things maybe you may hear is that you're avoiding taking some actions because you're not making the time, or you want others to see that you're committed to being a better leader. And then based on what behavioral bit you want to change, then you'll have a conversation with your coach. So it's just more about your behavior. You as you. Forget about your skill, your character, the you. How, like I could say the Maureen in me. Forget about the external skills I have. What is my character? Who am I really? Am I an introvert? Am I an extrovert? Am I quick to anger? Am I slow to anger? Do I procrastinate, or do I do my things in time? Am I a perfectionist? Or am I a Speedy Gonzalez? So that is the behavioral part of it that you will check from your report and discuss with your you think about discussing with your coach. And then the second one, apart from behavioral, it will be your competency, where in the behavioral, we want to change how you act. Like for me, I really needed to improve on a lot of things from my end, some of my behavior. And then for competency, you select a skill that you want to add to what you are told you're good at. So maybe you'll need to develop an area beyond a single behavior, such as a strategic thinking, or you want to delegate. I never used to delegate before. Ooh. I just used to think that if I delegate the work, it will be done badly, it will cost me and stuff like that. But nowadays I'm learning to know that I'm really, really there. It's a process, you know, change sometimes comes with a lot of inward resistance, and so it becomes a process. So I'm learning to delegate. Maybe you want to prepare yourself for increased responsibility or a complicated job, a complex job. Then you can choose one skill that one thing that you'll share with your coach so that it can improve the skill. So these are the things that we will work with our coaches. But don't crack your head right now. We will walk you step by step when that time comes, and you'll find a lot of guidance. Beryl and Charlotte will be here to answer all your questions. You will be expected, apart from doing the surveys, to interview a senior leader at your community. So we like engaging with other aspects of the TB response, such as health institution, or, you know, people who make decisions at the country level. So we are exploring ways to experience your leadership as you incorporate your communities into the leadership journey. So this activity will be intended to be an opportunity for you to connect with influential leaders in your community and pick their brain on a big picture. Leadership challenges and opportunities. So this could be an opportunity for you to engage with someone who inspires you, with whom you want to develop a deeper relationship. They may not come from your country, and you know, things like Zoom have made the world a smaller place, but I can connect you to some of the, you know, women leaders who've done amazing work in the TB response, so that you just have an hour of asking them questions and interviewing them about their experience and asking them what you need to look out for as an emerging leader and what challenges you'll find. Some of us wish we were told some of these things when we were beginning. We were just leaders who found ourselves there. You know, you just landed and you woke up and you're a leader. And then you've been leading the way your head tells you, not very intentional. And then you do this course and you realize, I need to be intentional. Then you interview a senior person and then you're like, I wish someone told me this when I was 12. So we will help you to make these connections of the people you identify. If you want to do Luchika, there's a lady in the US called Joanne, there's Kate. There are many leaders that are global around TB and health more broadly. We can look for those connections, connect you, and have you have 1 hour interview with them and just have a conversation and a feeling of what it takes to be a leader. So here's our roadmap. This is the roadmap we will follow. Maybe in the first 2 months, you'll establish a leadership project idea. So start thinking about a project idea as you come into anything to do with TB and gender, women and girls, changing policy, changing the landscape, changing practice, addressing barriers. Think about anything as part of your project. And so in the first few weeks, we will talk about authentic leadership. We will be discovering ourselves. So, you know, leadership begins with you. Leadership does not begin with the people you're going to lead. It begins with you as a leader. So we need to really look inside and discover ourselves. And that is what we'll do in the first few weeks. So we will explore our identity. Who am I really? And then we will learn how to lead with purpose. So like I told you, some of us just found ourselves, oops, I'm a leader. Oh, I have an organization, it's called Lean on Me. Oh, now I'm supposed to be the CEO. Okay, so I'm a leader. And then you don't know what to do with that leadership. So you roller skate. Sometimes you avoid problems. If the matters are too hot, you bury them under the carpet. So again, this process teaches us to lead with a purpose. Why are you leading? What is the purpose? Where are you taking this group of wonderful people? And then we'll also talk about fueling your resilience, knowing that this journey is not, it's not easy. So how do you fuel your resilience? And then the second part of the journey will be about connecting. We have discovered ourselves. Now we are comfortable with ourselves. We are understanding ourselves. We know what we need to improve. We are happy with who we are. After we've discovered ourselves, we go to connect. And as we are doing the discovering, you are working on our leadership project idea. You know, you start discovering yourself and the project idea inaendelea ikiiva tu. I've spoken a little bit of Hebrew there. It is inaendelea ikiiva means it's getting there, you know, it's cooking. And then you go to review and refine your leadership project ideas. And that is the next phase where you're connecting. In the connecting phase, we will do what we call inclusive leadership. So in the inclusive leadership, we will enrich your mindset. Again, leadership is about mindset. I think life is about mindset. If your mind thinks you can fail, you'll definitely fail. I used to say a poem when I was young and there was a sentence that says, if you think you're beaten, then you are. So it is about mindset. And then we will talk about amplifying your voice and also creating allies and amplifying your allies, taking advantage of the allies you have created. And then the third phase, where you now start implementing your project, we'll be talking about energizing. We have discovered ourselves, we have connected, and that is why I'm saying ally. You've built allies, you have created relationships that will help you in your leadership journey. So, after you discover, you connect, now you energize. So in this one, we are going to talk about strategic leadership. We've talked about authentic leadership, being very authentic, being very intentional. We've talked about inclusive leadership, bringing people on board. And now we are talking about strategic leadership, where we are energizing. You've brought people on board. At first, you are alone, reflecting on yourself. And then you've brought people on board. And now these people you have on board, what are you going to do with them? So you're thinking strategically. You're inspiring action. So here we'll talk about how to inspire action, how to leverage your power, and how to lead change. And then finally, we'll be going towards liftoff, and then we'll talk about how do you develop other leaders. I went through a similar course, and now I'm here developing other leaders. And then the liftoff event that will transition us from the 2025 cohort into the alumni, the TB Women alumni group. What do we expect of you? We expect that you attend the virtual touch points. What I have touched in the previous slide are all the touch points that we are going to have. And if you look at them, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 touch points. Please make sure you attend the touch points, as they are very critical in building you towards this journey. They're very integral in reaping the fruits of this experience. So please plan to attend, and in the event you are not able to attend, we then, you know, the event you're not able to attend, you can look at the recording. But we prefer when you attend, because we have group breakout sessions where people discuss further. This is a safe space. You can talk, rant, and chat. And then in the in-person events are almost compulsory, because this is a very critical point of connecting. So it is important that when we get an opportunity to come together, that you are showing up for the in-person attendance. So this is a safe space. We know this TB world is a small world, and as your conversation deepen, the importance of maintaining a safe space where you feel comfortable being open and vulnerable becomes really important. So we are asking all of you, as well as other stakeholders in the experience, to pledge that the contents of these sessions and any conversations among ourselves, mentors and coaches, will remain confidential. Sometimes in this process, we share a lot of personal information. Sometimes we talk about our bosses, and you could be knowing my boss. So it doesn't mean that after this, you go and call them and say, hey, we were in this session and so said bad things about you, how you're frustrating them at work. You know, we don't discuss such in this forum. And then we encourage you to always bring your most authentic self to the table. Don't pretend. Come in your most authentic way to the table, and ensure that you open up and you have a conversation. Share your struggles, share your challenges, share your not so positive experiences that you have held in your current or past organizations. And then we hope that our commitment to a safe space will encourage you to put forth your most honest self during this experience. And we reassure you that those listening in will keep your sentiments in confidence. So together we aim to create a world where every woman can live free from the burden of TB, equipped and equal to the global, and equipped and equal in the global TB response. Sorry, I have a co-facilitator. So if you look at why we talk about gender, that photo really shows about gender. The reality now is that few get more than they need. Few have more, actually. They don't even get, they have more than they need. And then some people will just get what they need, and many will get less than they need. And then that is about the reality today. The majority of the people in the community will get less than they need. And here in the country, we have what we call the Social Health Authority, or SHA. It is very frustrating, but majority of Kenyans depend on that health insurance. But there are people who have health insurances that can take them to hospital, very good hospitals overseas. Those are the few. And then that is reality. When you look at equality, everyone gets same support, and this works better for some than others. So you see, they've all been given. You see, the other one was given all the three to himself. He got more than he needed. And then the one on the wheelchair just got what they needed, and the one inside the hole got less than they needed. And then they said, okay, fine, let's focus on equality. That is why I always like saying, instead of gender equality, let's talk about gender equity or gender justice. So when you come to talk about equality, everyone gets the same support. Now, there are people who haven't been helped by this support. The tall man is okay, he's seeing. This other guy is also able to see a little bit of the game, but the one in a wheelchair cannot put their wheelchair on top of that. So even if they've been given the same opportunity, they're all not able to enjoy that opportunity. And then you come to equity. Equity looks at what exactly you need, and that is why I love the word gender equity. It looks at exactly what do you need. So everyone gets the support they need. The tall guy didn't need to climb the stool. They just needed to stand on the surface without the hole, and they were able to see the game. The middle guy just needed one. They didn't need three. In fact, with three, they can even topple over. They needed one step to be able to see the game. And the person with on a wheelchair, they needed to roll it out so that they're able to see the game. So they all got the support they want. They enjoyed the support. So she was able to drive the wheelchair through that step. It's not called step. There's a name it's given, ramp. They needed a ramp. So now they have the ramp and they're able to see the game. But now gender justice, it is removing those barriers. So we are asking for equity, but ultimately we are hoping for gender justice, removing all the structural and systemic barriers, and then having no barrier at all. So everyone in their own form, without any support, they can come as they are and still enjoy the game. So that is how the different barriers, we have different barriers in accessing health services. The same way you can see they have barriers in watching the football game. So I think that's all for today, and I am happy to take questions. You want to go down? Okay. Look at you, dirty Googie. Charlotte, you can help with the questions and the comments.
Thank you. Thank you, Maureen. I can see Faith, your hand is raised.
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ma, for your fine presentation. The question I actually have was to know more about the virtual engagement. So beyond the learning and the knowledge we'll be gaining, are we allowed to talk about what we've learned, or okay, I'm part of this academy, and is there any how the TB women will also post us out there for people to know what is happening and see best way they can engage? Maybe we want to reteach others too, like share some learnings we've gotten so far and the rest. So I just want to find out if it is something we can do or we are not allowed to do it.
Sorry. Thank you very much, Faith. And I think that's why we are here. We want to create a strong movement, and a strong movement means we bring in a lot of people. And I'm happy for people to use their social media to share their experience in the academy. I'm happy for people to share what they have learned with others. The more we strengthen each other, the better for us. And I think what we would want to know is that if you put a post or you've shared with others, share with us so that we can also help you to amplify through our websites and through our social media pages. So that is some of the things that we want to do, so that you are able to share the learning, but also we are able to amplify what you're doing as a member of the TB Women Academy. So that is fine, that is allowed. We will help you amplify those messages in our social media pages. If you share them, we will also share what you have shared if you tag us. So yes, Faith, that is okay. And for the announcement on 10th, you will share your photos. We will design it very well with our logo, and then we will make a public announcement. We will share with you what you can share after we've made it, put our logo and everything. We'll share with you the social media photo plus message so that you can share in all your social media pages that you've joined the 2025 TB Women Academy and what it is all about. Yeah. So from here, if you haven't shared your photos with us, please make sure you do, plus a short bio, so that we can start working on the public announcement of your joining the TB Women Academy.
Thank you so much. Is there any other question? I can see in the chat, Sikulile is saying, thank you so much for the very informative first session. It's really an eye-opener to the expectations of the academy. So thank you so much. Natasha is also saying, well noted, thank you very much for the information. So do we have any other question? Anyone else who feels they have a question for our facilitator? Any part you
Yes.
need to understand? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I was just making a clarification on whether the project has a deadline or anything like that, because the dates weren't really clear on the presentation. Thank you.
So your project, this is a year's it is a 1 year's learning experience, and so your project will run with this experience. So like I said in the first phase, as I was showing you, I don't know if I can get it. I'm not very good in technology, so you'll bear with me. So as I was sharing this, I need to do what we call, I don't know what. Okay, are you able to see it?
Yeah.
So I was sharing this, yeah. So this is how your project will go. When we are beginning, like now we have begun, probably we will meet in 2 weeks or next week, depending on how you respond to the calendar invite. So when we begin these sessions, discovering ourselves, you also establish a project idea. So because this is a 1 year kind of project, we started a bit late. So let's say we will run with it for 9 months. So you divide the four sections. It would have been 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, but I think we'll do 2 months for each element. So when we are the first 2 months, you will establish your project idea. And at that time, you'll be learning how to explore your identity, lead with a purpose, fuel your resistance. So when you establish a project idea, it will just be a paragraph of what you think you want to do. Then you will share with us. And then we will give you the parameters of how we want that idea to look like. And then you'll review and refine your ideas. So after you've shared with us, we'll be working with you and the coaches and the mentors for you to review that project and get ideas on how you can better piece it. And that is when you will be doing the inclusive leadership, enriching your mindset, amplifying your voice, and ally and amplify. You will learn how to bring people to work together with you. And some of them are the ones who will work with you in the project. And then in the second 2 months, when we are doing the energize, you'll now be implementing your project. So the project will now kick off. Here we were designing the first, let's say 4 months. The next 4 months will be implementation. Now, what I have learned, if it is an advocacy or a policy review project, it may not end with this 1 year you're here or 8 months you're here. That is why the TB Women Academy is a lifelong academy. It's a lifelong membership. So even if we go to liftoff, during liftoff, you'll present your project. You'll just say, oh, I started this project. These are the challenges I met. These are the successes I have. So now this is where I am, but I'll continue. And then you'll join the alumni phase. And then when you join the alumni, you will also continue working on your project. There are people who will have very little projects. Theirs will just be to look at their TB strategic plan to look if it is gender responsive. After they've done the online self-paced gender course, they'll start looking at, is it really gender responsive? And then they'll write a write-up that they'll share with their Ministry of Health and say, well, I've looked at our strategy and I think these are areas to improve in terms of strengthening it around gender and women and girls. And then they will list this chapter, and then they're finished with their project. So maybe during liftoff, they'll have completed the project ready for submission. Again, depending on the kind of project you are doing, the length will define. But it doesn't mean that if we are lifting off and you have not finished your project, then you have failed. No, it is going to continue because you are still going to be an alumni and you'll join the 2024 cohort of alumni and work will go on.
Thank you so much for the clarification and also the orientation. Thank you.
Thank you, Josephine.
We also have a question from Faith again. She's saying, the calendar shared with us had time allocated to it, and today's time is different from the time on the calendar that the meeting started. Is it the same time we will be using all through going forward?
There could be change in time because of other factors that we could not have avoided. We didn't start on the date that we meant to start. So we'll readjust the calendar and then we will have a conversation with all of us and then we'll make a timing. If maybe we want to do 2 sessions in a month, we will decide, is it every Thursday at a certain time, or is it the first and the last Thursday of the month at a certain time, you know. So this is conversations we'll have with Charlotte and whatever in our WhatsApp group, and then we will choose new times and add them to our calendar. Once we firm up, we are still getting confirmations and travel forms, and then we'll set a date that works for everyone for the in-person meeting. That will be 3 days. Usually we do 2 days, but this time around, Civil Society for Malaria Elimination wants to do a session, and then we also have a team building afternoon. It's just a fun time at a water park. So that will take up an additional day. So that's why we have a 3rd day, and then we have an official launch evening. It's an evening dinner where you come dressed. We will describe how you come dressed, but our days in meeting together, it will be more like a lot of bonding. Not so much learning, but a lot of bonding, a lot of doing activities together. So they will be very themed. We will explain them to you. And so it will be just a fun-filled 3 days with a lot of getting to know each other as a cohort, and looking forward to asking questions about the project, addressing your fears about engaging and all that. So I think it is not something anyone wants to miss. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the clarification. I hope you've understood.
Yeah, so we will continue with our virtual sessions as we wait for that in-person meeting. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else with a question? Christine comments and says the journey has begun. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Christine.
Yeah, I think that's it for the questions.
Okay, so as we work towards Beryl will answer all your questions. They'll help you with flights and visa and all the logistics that are needed. And then plus beyond the logistics, there are other information we will give you, preparing you for the in-person meeting, what to carry and stuff like that. And if maybe we've asked you to come with something that you don't have, please just let us know. This is a safe space, remember. We are all sisters. Some of us are more mothers to you, but it is still a safe space. So yeah, Charlotte and Beryl, keep watching your emails. We'll have a lot of communications between now and when we meet in person. Yep. So I think, Beryl, I'm done. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Maureen, and thank you so much, everyone, for this lovely engagement. It's been a pleasure getting to e-meet all of us, and we are really looking forward to the start of this amazing experience. Yes, we will be on sending we will be proceeding on with the next steps, and yes, we sent in the save the date emails. Hope you received them, and we are supposed to, for us to continue with to expedite the process of logistics and travel arrangements. Please send in the travel forms so that we can really expedite this process, because time is also not on our side. Yes, and we will also we will follow up with the email on the bio about the bios and the nice photos, and also if we could get your WhatsApp numbers so that we can have a WhatsApp group where we can communicate very effectively. Yeah, so thank you so much for taking time and joining into this call. And mine is just to wish you a lovely rest of the day, and we're looking forward to our next touch points as we begin this experience, and also as we also plan to meet in person in Kenya. Karibuni, Kenya.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Beryl.
you.
Just before we leave, one more thing. Because this is going to be mostly virtual, please keep checking your emails, because that is where most of the important information will be passed on. So please keep checking your emails and respond in time so that things go smoothly, especially now before the in-person meeting, when the travel documents need to be well done, and also after, as we'll be communicating the timing and whatever will be needed for the virtual touch points. So please keep checking your emails. And yeah, I can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much. I appreciate this communication.
Bye, everyone.